Hi, it's James Maher again from Saks Hair and Beauty in Kenilworth. Today I'm going to be talking about wet cuts, and I'm going to tell you why they don't exist. I get asked a lot, can I have a wet cut? No, you can't. And I'll tell you why you can't, because they don't exist. Some places will offer them, but in my opinion, any reputable hairdresser will not offer a wet cut, and I'll explain why. Wet cuts are fine as long as it's accompanied by a dry cut afterwards. Again, the same way I don't do dry cuts. The hair falls differently when it's wet and when it's dry. When it's wet, we can get a perfect shape in. We can make it nice and sharp. We can make our sections really nice and clean so we can get our angles bang on. And that's great from a technical point of view, but you don't wear your hair in the middle part in wet and flat to your face like Morticia, do you? You wear it dry. It might be with a bit of bounce, might be with a bit of a wave, might be nice and smooth, but either way, you don't wear it wet, you know that much. So when it's dry, we can have a look at it, and that's where we look at it, and then it's less about technicality and more about visual, about what makes it more you. It might be a weight issue, it might be just the way it falls, because our hairlines grow differently. The point is we need to look at it both ways. So when you get some hairdressers turn around and say, I only ever do wet cuts, or I only ever do dry cuts, it's rubbish. The hair should be cut both ways, fact. And any hairdresser who's prepared to do a haircut is what they're really saying is I'm prepared to do half a job. Because that's what it is. I never do wet cuts. I do not believe in them. They should not exist. And like I say, any reputable hairdresser will never offer a wet cut. As far as I'm concerned, if you're offering a wet cut, if someone's offering a client a wet cut, then they're a cowboy, they're not a hairdresser. Because anyone who's got anything about them knows why we do it both ways. If it does come down to the blow dry, then you need to have a proper chat with your hairdresser and explain to them what you want in your blow dry, because you shouldn't be going home and re-washing your hair. You should be happy with what you're walking out with. In fact, it should be better, because these guys get paid for doing it. But that's where I stand here. Wet cuts, they don't exist, don't ask for one, you're never getting one, and I certainly won't do one here at Saks. Thanks for watching, bye.